Hold up.
I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you've taken your UK lifestyle score. It was less than 24 hours yesterday, and about 5,000 people from around the globe took their UK lifestyle score. And it's quite interesting to see how many people have woken up to their score to change their lifestyle. A lot of people have realized that they lack in the sleep department, so they're improving their sleep. Some people, through their score, they realize that they have to exercise more, eat better. But just to announce, thank you for your cooperation yesterday. Like I said, we had about 5,000 people in less than 24 hours who took the survey for their UK lifestyle score. But today we're going to talk about something called the glymphatic nervous system. You've heard of the lymphatic nervous system. And why are we talking about the glymphatic nervous system today? Because what's on the rise? Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, cognitive brain decline is on the rise. And while people say, oh, it's old age, then why isn't everyone getting it who's aging? You see, a lot of people like to blame disease on old age, but then the question is, everyone should have these conditions, but not everyone gets it. We need to understand that most of these neurodegenerative conditions are highly preventable. Sometimes in the case of a very, very strong gene, it may not be preventable, but we need to understand that by changing our lifestyle, prevention, go back to school, prevention is better than cure. And there are a lot of things that people are not doing right today, and that's why we see the surge in cases of Alzheimer's, dementia, and cognitive brain decline. The glymphatic system, okay, is a collection of blood vessels. These blood vessels run. I want you to understand this, a little bit of science, because when you understand, you relate to it better. You have your blood vessels, and you have your arteries that carry blood. Parallel to the arteries runs these particular collection of blood vessels that run parallel to the arteries, and they squeeze in between the spaces of the blood-brain barrier and enters your brain. Now, your glymphatic nervous system further works in the brain. Okay, these blood vessels nourish brain cells, and also it creates a pressure, and it allows the glymphatic nervous system in the brain actually shrinks a little bit. And this allows toxins, metabolites, dangerous proteins like the amyloid beta protein that causes Alzheimer's. The amyloid beta protein is what basically comes in between neurons. It builds up like plaque, like how you have plaque in your arteries, how it leads to blockages in the arteries. That happens in the brain as well. And that's when neurons start misfiring and miswiring, leading to confusion, memory loss, changes in your overall body functions, because the brain controls every single function in the human body. So like your lymphatic system in your body is your garbage disposal system. Okay, it carries all the lymph, the waste blood tissue, the waste blood fluids. It puts it into your lymphatic system, and your lymphatic system drains it out of your body. Now your glymphatic system, because your brain doesn't have a lymphatic system, it has a glymphatic system. And as the brain shrinks, these blood vessels now carry metabolites, proteins, and toxic waste. There is toxic waste in your brain as well. Wherever you have a cell, there will be waste product. Okay, wherever there is a cell, there is waste product. So in a cell, ATP, adenosine triphosphate, is what makes energy. Okay, whatever makes energy, there's a byproduct. That's waste that the body has to flush out. So the waste products will now squeeze into these blood vessels and come out of your blood-brain barrier and connect back to your lymphatic system and get drained. Now, what drives this? What drives this collection of vessels is something called your cerebrospinal fluid. Your CFS, this is a fluid that actually pushes into your blood-brain barrier, and it gives your brain a kind of a bath while the brain shrinks, to make it as simple as possible. And then it takes all the waste out of your blood-brain barrier into your lymphatic system and out of your system. So that's how the brain basically cleans the system. Why is cleaning so important? If you throw dirt in the corner of your room, and then more dirt, and then more dirt, and it accumulates, it starts to smell, it starts to ferment, you'll have fungal overgrowth, you'll have bacterial overgrowth. That's why we clean our homes. That's why the human body has to be cleansed. And it's got an automatic cleansing process, detoxification, which are your organs, your lungs, your liver, your kidney, your bowels, and your skin. As long as all of these 5 eliminatory organs are working the right way, you're clean. If any of them get clogged, toxins start to build up in your system. Toxins equal diseases, inflammation, breakdown in your immune system. The same thing in your brain. Now, the interesting part. What stimulates the glymphatic system to work? Sleep. Your glymphatic system only gets active while you are asleep. So now what does this tell you about sleep deprivation? What does this tell you about skimping on your sleep to stay up late, to be on the internet, watch television, be on social media and stuff like that? You interfere with a very, very intelligent system that is designed to detoxify your brain. And that's why today, because sleep deprivation is at its highest across all ages, we are unfortunately going to see more Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia, and cognitive brain decline. Forget about people in their 80s and 70s. It's now coming down to people in their 60s. So you can see the data shows you how, with poor lifestyle, how diseases are now coming to a lower and lower age. Is this the life that you really want to live? Is this the way that you really, really want to age? Well, if not, you got to start making lifestyle changes, because mainstream media is never going to tell you all of this stuff. But if you go into documented science and medical journals right now, what I explained to you is right there for you to see. The next question will be, why isn't anyone telling us about this? Because no one cares. No one cares. All the money to be made is in people being chronically ill, chronically sick. Live longer, but be sick. That's where the money is, and we all know this truth. But you don't have to be the puppet. You don't have to be fooled anymore. You have it in you, the power to control your lifestyle. While people try to sell you more and more comfort, like watch more television, here's a bigger screen. Yeah, be comfortable in your bed while you watch television. Yeah, order a snack or order a meal and eat it in bed. Your meal will come to you in 15 minutes. Okay, all of this comfort is destroying you. You should know that. And you're just getting sicker and sicker, and you're becoming a slave and puppet to chronic medication that you will one day need if you do not change your lifestyle. You need sleep for everything. We know about this. The glymphatic system, it also has a huge connection with glioblastomas, which are deadly brain cancers. Sleep deprivation and brain cancers are directly correlated with each other. It's not the number one cause. It's not the primary cause. Cancer is a multifactorial disease. There are many things that work together to cause a cancer cell to abnormally grow into a tumor, but sleep plays a major factor, major factor. So there it is right now. Okay, you want to build $1 billion unicorn industry at the cost of your sleep? You'll be lucky if you can even enjoy a lifetime of your $1 billion, because your health will start to fade away if you skimp on your sleep, no matter what. So you need to understand there's a reason. If the human body was not meant to sleep, it wouldn't be a mechanism that exists. You see, the intelligence of the human body and the intelligence of the gift of life, everything has a function. Years ago, doctors said, oh, the appendix is a useless organ. The spleen is a useless organ. But today we know that medical science has all changed, and we know the importance of the appendix, and we know the importance of the spleen in regards to your immune system. So you see, scientific research is always changing. You just got to be a little smart and use your wisdom. If it's in me, there is a reason. If I'm meant to sleep, there is magic in that sleep. No human being can tell you what God has given you or what the universe has given you in this human body is useless. So when you decide to skimp on your lifestyle and your sleep and all of that stuff, you get sick. Brain homeostasis requires the glymphatic system to be activated. And for that, you need sleep. And one more thing, exercise. The more sedentary you are, the more toxins you have in your brain, because we just spoke about the blood vessels and the collection of other vessels that run parallel. They require arterial pressure to move the cerebrospinal fluid into your brain and out of your brain across the blood-brain barrier into your lymphatic system. Now that's a perfect plumbing system that you have right there. And that plumbing system doesn't need invasive action. All it needs is lifestyle, sleep. Work on your sleep for every aspect of your life to change. Your health, your relationships, your career, everything. Everything depends on the good quality of sleep that you get at night. So the more you skimp on your sleep, understand, you may say that, oh, I'm in my 20s and my 30s and my 40s and I'm going to skip. I'll sleep when I'm 60. by then most of your brain cells are already dead, or they're dying, or they're already toxic with built up proteins between your neurons. And that's why they say, oh, Alzheimer's is not reversible. It's not reversible. Did anyone tell you it's preventable? No, no one's interested in telling you that, but it is preventable in a huge way, with your sleep, with your vitamin B12 levels, with keeping your inflammation low, with keeping your chronic stress levels low, basically leading a good lifestyle and having a happy life despite all the bad that happens, all your struggles and all of these things. Your binge smoking, your binge drinking, all of these over the years, all of they build up into abuse to the human body. I'm not saying alcohol. I'm saying alcohol misuse, alcohol abuse. You need to understand that. Well, it's never too late to change. Like I said, if you want to improve the health of your brain, okay, all the omega-3s in the world will not help you unless you sleep well. You got to understand that. All the fatty acid fish and all of that stuff will not help unless you sleep well. So nutrition has to be coupled with your sleep, your exercise, and your emotional wellness. And the older you get, to age gracefully without problems or minimize your problems, sleep. A lot of elderly people feel that, oh, I don't move much now, I don't need sleep. All the more you need sleep. You may find yourself sleeping in fewer hours but deeper sleep, and that's good for you. Today a lot of elderly people are on WhatsApp. All night they're on WhatsApp doing forwards, spoiled by our generation. They're on social media, they're on Candy Crush, they're on all of this. I don't have a problem with that, but be disciplined. When it's time to sleep, you sleep. When it's time to play Candy Crush or WhatsApp forwards and all of that stuff, you do that. But you don't compromise the magic of your body with all of the stuff that our generation has spoiled you with. So you got to understand there is a place for social media, there is a place for your entertainment, there's a place for everything. But you got to be the disciplined person who decides today to take responsibility and organize your 24 hours in a way that serves you and your health. Remember that the glymphatic system will only be activated in a state of deep sleep. Period. Nothing else matters. So if you have sleep problems, fix it. Okay, stop being a victim of the problems you have. Fix it. There are ways to fix it. If you've abused sleeping medication and sleeping pills all your life, you still can get off it the right way, but it's going to take time. Don't expect to get off it in 2 months when you've been taking it for 10 years. You be willing to put in the work. You be willing to put in the effort. The body is resilient. The body is intelligent. It can repair itself. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time. Oh yeah, and so that brings me to your kids. Can you imagine the amount of damage being done to your kids when they are sleep deprived? Kids sleeping at 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock on weekends, even at midnight and after midnight. And then you wonder why your kids are not growing, why their growth hormones aren't kicking in for their height, why they have issues like ADHDs and attention disorders, and they have skin problems and their hormones are all over the place. There you go. Sleep again. Don't try to be the over-concerned parent looking for complication when you can't get the basics of your children right. You don't want to look at the basics of sleep. You don't want to look at the basics of exercise. You don't want to look at the basics of creating an environment that's happy for them and fulfilling for them. You don't want to look at basic nutrition, but you want to look at complication for your child, which is not fixed adults. It's not going to fix your children as well. So you got to come back to your roots, ground yourself very humbly with humility, ground yourself, get the basics right, get the fundamentals right, and then you will start looking at everything else. And then there's a space for complication. When the fundamentals are in place, everything's fine. Sometimes you need a complicated solution, but that's sometimes maybe 3 to 5% of all cases. All the balanced 95% operate on simplicity and operate on the fundamentals of human health, which is nutrition, exercise, sleep, emotional wellness, and your core spirit. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember, you care is all about you.